This is Serena Shejilla. Welcome to Easy BTech. Today, in this class, we are going to learn about an OSI reference model. OSI reference model. Let us see what is meant by OSI reference model. Who introduced this OSI reference model in the network for communication data from source to destination, right? Let us get into the topic. So OSA reference model. Before getting to the OSA reference model, we have to know what is meant by reference model. What is meant by reference model? The reference model is a conceptual framework. The reference model is a conceptual framework that standardizes the communication between two networks. That standardize the communication between two networks. That is called reference model. See, in this in this particular type of network, to communicate data from source to destination, here the OSA reference model concept is come in between this. This is the OSA reference model is also called as an layered architecture. Layered architecture. Why means by using these layers only we can communicate data from source to destination. We can communicate data from source to destination. Let us see. The OSA stands for Open System Interconnection, is the reference model that describes how information from a software application in one computer moves through a physical medium to the software application in another computer. Here it describes how the information is communicating between source and destination. How the information is communicating between source and destination through the network by using a physical medium. The physical medium is nothing but a transmission media or communication channel. Remember this point. The physical medium is nothing but a transmission media or communication channel to communicate a particular data between source and destination. Communicate a particular data between source and destination. Okay. The OSA layers, I already said before, the OSA is a layered architecture. Layered architecture. So here the OSA model consists of 7 layers. 7 layers, and each and every layer maintains a particular functionality to communicate data through the network. To communicate data through the network. And who introduced this OSA reference model? The OSA reference model was introduced by International Standard Organization, or we can call it as International Organization for Standardization. International Standard Organization, or we can call it as International Organization for Standardization, ISO. ISO. So this ISO was developed OSA model in the year 1984. 1984. So we can call this reference model as ISO OSA reference model. International Standard Organization Open System Interconnection Reference Model. ISO OSA reference model. The main aim of this reference model is the OSA model divides the whole task, means the whole data, into 7 smaller and manageable tasks. The whole task can be divided into 7 smaller and manageable tasks, and each and every layer did their functionality to communicate the data from source to destination through the network. Source to destination through the network. And actually this layered architecture is a model for the intercomputer communications. Intercomputer communication means computer to computer communication. So these are the 7 layers of OSA reference model. The first one, physical layers. Second one, data link layer. Third one, network layer. Fourth one, transport layer. And fifth one, session layer. Sixth one, presentation layer. Seventh one, application layer. So these are the 7 layers of OSA reference model, and each and every layer has a different functionality to transmit the data through the physical medium through the network. Okay, that is the main concept. Let us see the diagram. This is the diagram of OSI reference model. Okay, so I will show you large and clear manner. Okay, I will show you in large manner. Let us see this diagram. Okay, it is visible, I think so. So this is a diagram. Here let us talk about an each and every layer. So this is an OSI reference model, total 7 layers, right? Here the first three layers is responsible for network. The first three layers is responsible for networks, and the remaining four layers are responsible for host. Nothing but a user. Nothing but user. So the first three layers are responsible for network, and the remaining four layers are responsible for host. How these three layers are responsible for network means, so in these three layers, it is a node to node connection, point to point connection. How it is means, this is a sender side, this is a receiver side, right? Here the data will come from upper layers to lower layer, through the communication channel or transmission medium. Through the communication channel or transmission medium. Here we'll get in communication channel or transmission medium. It'll communicate the particular data. In sender side, the data will come from upper layer to lower layer, and in receiver side, the data will be received from lower layer to upper layer. Will be received from lower layer to upper layer. See, this is one type of network. I already said that the reference model gives a conceptual framework that standards communication between two different networks. Okay, so here the sender side is an one type of network, and receiver side is an another type of network. In this we have in middle of these two networks we have two other different networks, right? See here, these are the other different networks. Here, by using these lower layers, we are transmitting from at sender side, we are transmitting data from the data will comes from upper layer to lower layer. From lower layer onwards, we can communicate data through the physical medium, right? See here, up to network layer, we have a node to node delivery, means system to system communication. That means I will explain here. To go to the exact destination, the data will go. What are the type of networks we involved in the middle? What are the different type of networks involved in the middle while transmitting the source and destination network? So the data will pass through that networks also, network devices. Means here one device we have, here second device. So the data will be transmitted. So node to node delivery, the data will pass to that type of network physical device, and it will pass to the next network, and it will pass to the final destination network. See, node to node communication. That's why I'm saying the first three layers of OSI reference model is responsible for network. So, host. The remaining four layers are responsible for host, means from transport layer onwards. We have established a direct connection between sender and the receiver. we can establish a direct connection between sender and the receiver. That's why we can call it the transport communication. The transport layer communication is an end-to-end communication. End-to-end communication. So for data link layer is an node to node communication, means device to device it will pass the data. From one device to another device it will pass the data, so that the data link layer is a node to node connection, while the transport layer is an end to end connection, means the one end from source to destination it will directly transferred. The data will be directly transferred. That is the main thing. Okay, so we can and another thing is the transport layer will also act as the heart of OSA model. Heart of OSA model. So this is an actual diagram how the layers are responsible for network and what are the layers are responsible for host, how the layers are communicate, uh, how the layers are transmit the data from source to destination. At the sender side, from upper layers the data will be sent to the lower layers. From lower to lower layer it will be communicate, means physical layer to physical layer the data will be communicated to the transmission medium. The physical layer that communicate data from source to destination, right? So let us see the each and every functionality of OSA reference model. So each and every layer has a specific type of functionality. Each and every layer has a specific type of functionality. Let us discuss deeply here. Okay, physical layer. The main functionality of the physical layer is to transmit the data, in the form of raw bits. In the form of raw bits. Raw bits means zeros and ones. Zeros and ones. So that is the main functionality and it is the lowest layer or the first layer of OSI reference model. And the main thing is it transmits the data in the form of bits from one node to another, means one device to another. One device to another. Let us see how the transmission, how the data is transmitted from physical sender physical layer to receiver physical layer. So from upper, this is on sender side and this is on receiver side. Okay, the data will come from an upper layer that will be converted into binary format or raw bits, ones and zeros. Binary format and raw bits, ones and zeros. Here, through the transmission, the physical layer send that raw bits to the transmission medium. The receiver will receive that particular data from physical layer and these data will be given to the upper layers. This is the process of sender side operation. This is the process of sender side and this is the process of receiver side. Okay, through the physical medium, the transmission medium will act as an mediator to transmit data from source to destination to the network. Okay, so this is the actual diagram how the physical layer that transmits the data from source to destination by using a transmission medium. Let us see the function. This is the diagram and let us see the functionalities of the physical layer. Functionalities of the physical layer. So these are the functionalities of physical layer: data transmission, topology, signals. Data transmission means it is responsible for transmission modes. It is responsible for transmission modes. What is meant by transmission modes means, so I will explain. So I am drawing two systems, sender side and receiver side, how the data will be transmitted. What are the different type of transmission modes we have? We discuss it by using a diagram. Okay, so I'm establishing a connection between this layer. Here, the transmission modes is of an three types. Transmission modes of an three types. This is an sender side system and this is an receiver side system. Okay, sender side system and receiver side system. Here we have a three different type of transmission modes, that is simplex mode, half duplex mode, full duplex mode. Simplex mode, half duplex mode, full duplex mode, right? So these are the different type of transmission modes, and that is the one of the main functionality of a physical layer. So simplex mode means unidirectional communication. Unidirectional communication means we can send the data. We can only send the data. There is no reverse process. Means the receiver will not. There is no chance to communicate receiver to the sender. The sender will send the data from source to destination, right? That is an unidirectional communication. There is no reverse process possible, is not possible in this particular transmission mode. Next, half duplex. Half duplex means bidirectional communication. But whenever sender send the data, the receiver receive the data. The receiver also send the data to the sender. Bidirectional communication. The receiver can send, the sender can send the data, as well as the receiver can send the data to the sender. Okay. This is the bidirectional communication, and it is one of the transmission mode, but this communication will not done at the same time. Will not done at the same time means first the sender sends the data to the receiver, and receiver accept that particular data. After that only the receiver give the information to the sender. So this is a bidirectional communication. It will be, the both process will not done at the same time. Okay, half duplex. Full duplex means the sender and the receiver, the sender and the receiver can exchange the data through the network at the same time. The sender and the receiver can exchange the data through the to the network at the same time. At the same time, it is possible. These are the different type of transmission modes. By using these three ways, we can communicate data from source to destination, right? Okay. So these are the different type of transmission modes we have. Let us see that another functionality of an physical layer. Topology. It defines the way how network devices are arranged. Topology means it is a network structure, physical structure of network, or we can call it as network structure. Okay. It mainly arrange the network devices in the form of one structure. We have a different type of topologies, right? Bus topology, star topology, ring topology. So these are the different type of topologies that we can communicate data into the network. That is one type of network structure. By using that structure, we can communicate data from source to destination. That is the one of the responsible, one of the functionality of an physical layer. And signals. Signals means it determines the type of signal used for transmitting the information. Here, the physical layer uses the digital transmission, right? Digital transmission means ones and zeros. In the form of ones and zeros, we can communicate data. So, it's suppose an digital transmission. Okay, these are the functionalities of a physical layer. Let us see the second layer is nothing but a data link layer, and what are the different type of functionality it supports of OSI reference model. Okay, so this is a second layer. This layer is mainly responsible for the error-free transfer of data frames. See, in this layer, our data is in the form of data frame. Our data is in the form of data frame, and it is a node to node communication. I already said this before when I explained the OSI reference model diagram. The data link layer is a node to node communication, device to device communication. Okay. It provides a reliable and efficient communication between two or more devices. Reliable and efficient communication means we can transfer the data in the reliable manner. Means there is no occurrence of an error. There is no occurrence of an error. Before going to the functionalities of data link layer, here the data link layer will be divided into two sublayers. Here the data link layer will be divided into two sublayers. The first one, logical link control layer. Next, we can call it as LLC. LLC, logical link control layer. Next one, medium access control layer. Medium access control layer. We can call it as MAC layer. So the data link layer is divided these two sub layers. Here the functionalities will be divided these two sub layers. What are the different type of functionalities it will be handled means the logical link layer is responsible for error control and flow control. Error control and flow control, and MAC layer or medium access control layer, it is responsible for to transferring the packets over the network. It is used or responsible for transferring the packets over the network. So that is the functionality of an MAC layer. And let us see the main functionalities of data link layer. See, the one of the most important functionality of data link layer is framing. Framing. So here data frame, we can send the data in the form of frames. In the form of frames. The frame is nothing but a collection of raw bits. The frame is nothing but a collection of raw bits. Here the frame will be divided into three parts. The frame will be divided into three parts. Let us see that. So this is an frame. Okay. So this will be divided into three parts. Header part, packet means data part. Data part, header part, this is an data part, actual data, this is an trailer part. Okay, so this frame will be communicate into the network from source to destination, right? So header part means it will maintain the source and destination addresses to communicate data frame. Source and destination address to communicate data frame. Packet or data part means it has the actual data. What the data we are going to communicate, that actual data will be in the data part. And trailer part means it has a error control and flow control techniques. Error control and flow control techniques. While transmitting the data frame from source to destination, in between there is a chance to error occur in our data frame. Occur an error in our data frame. So whenever error occur in our data frame, by using this trailer part error correction techniques, we can modify the error. Okay, so this is an actual data frame that will be divided into three parts. Okay, see, this is the diagram of an data link layer. Okay, this is an sender side and receiver side. From upper layer, it will take the data and it will be converted into data frames. Trailer, header, data part. Trailer part, header part, data part. So that data frame will be frame will be given to the physical layer, and from physical layer it will be go. So this is an receiver side. See, this is an receiver side. This is a sender side. So the frame is nothing but an collection of raw bits. The frame is nothing but an collection of raw bits, and this is an actual diagram of an data link layer. See the responsibilities and the remaining functionalities of a data link layer here. Okay, so physical addressing, flow control, error control, access control. Physical addressing means this is the one of the main functionality of a data link layer. Physical address is nothing but an MAC address or hardware address. It is used to identify the system uniquely in the network. So this is a particular system, unique system. It will give one address to each and every system in the network. So that is an physical addressing. Flow control means it manages the data flow while transmitting data from source to destination, right? Next, error control. It rectify the errors what the errors will occur. Errors means some noise or some disturbances, some crosstalk will appear in our data frame that will be rectified by error correction and error detection technique. Access control. Access control means the particular data frame will be accessed by the correct destination or the correct receiver will not be allowed to access another parties in the network. Third parties, I'm saying. So this is about an data link layer. Next, third one, network layer. The network layer is the third layer of OSI reference model and it manages the device addressing. It supports for an logical addressing. Logical addressing means IP address. IP address. Okay, so that is used to communicate data through the network from source to destination. From source to destination. So here we have it, we involve it two type of address here. First one physical address and next one logical addressing means IP address. The physical address is to identify the system in the network. The logical address nothing but an IP address that is used to communicate data through the network from source to destination. Okay, see, in this network layer the data is in the form of packets. The data is in the form of packets. The packets is nothing but a collection of data frames or group of data frames, right? Let us see the responsibilities of an or functionalities of an network layer. The functions of network layer. So internetworking, addressing, routing. So these are the very major functionality of a network layer. First of all, internetworking means it provides a logical connection between devices to communicate data from source to destination. It provides a logical connection between different devices. That is an main responsibility and that is we can call it as internetworking. Internetworking. Addressing means here we have to communicate data means we know the particular IP address of the correct destination. Whatever the data we are communicating from source to destination, we have to know both the source and destination address to identify this is the particular the correct destination and this is the correct source. So that is responsible, that is one of the functionality done by a network layer. Routing, to find out the best route while transmitting data from source to destination. To find out the best route means we have a different type of routes to transmit the data through to the network. So in that particular routes, find out the best route means best optimal path which there is a less network traffic, less network traffic and there is no chance to occur an error in our data frame. To find out the best route, from that route we can communicate data from sender to receiver. So these are the functionalities of network layer, right? So and this is the third layer of voice reference model and the first three layers are responsible for network. The fourth layer, transport layer. The main responsibility of the transport layer is to transfer the data completely. To transfer the data completely. In this transport layer, our data is in the form of segments. Is in the form of segments, right? So the segments is nothing but a collection of packets. So we can call it as a smaller units known as segments and it is an end-to-end communication or end-to-end delivery. End-to-end communication. From this layer onwards, the voice reference model means this layer onwards it is responsible for host and we can establish a direct connection between source network and the destination network in the source network and destination network to provide communication, right? So let us see the functionalities. That's why this is an end-to-end layer communication. The transport layer is an end-to-end layer communication. What are the functionalities of transport layer? Segmentation and reassembly, connection control, flow control, error control. Segmentation and reassembly means I will show in the diagram. So let us see the diagram how the segmentation and reassembly will be done. Okay. So this is an diagram. I think it is visible. So this is an sender side and this is an receiver side, right? I am taking two systems, sender side, receiver side, and I am providing a direct connection here. Okay. So these are the data segments. Means in this transport layer, our data will be in the form of segments, right? And each and segment in transport layer, each and every segment has a sequence number. Has a I'm transmitting these segments in an order, in a particular order from source to destination, while the receiver receives in unordered format, while the receiver receives the particular segments in an unordered format, and the transport layer is mainly responsible to reassemble the particular segments in an order manner, in an order manner. So this is an segmentation and reassembly, how the data segments are sending from one particular order from the sender to the receiver. It will miss the order, and again it will reassemble the segments in the by using a sequence number, in the network. And this is a segmentation and reassembly. Connection control. Connection control means it is a direct connection. From this layer onwards, we are providing a direct connect, we are establishing a direct connection from source to destination. So we have to maintain that connection. Okay. Will not lose while transmitting data from source to destination. Flow control and error control. The manages the data flow between two systems, as well as error control means to rectify the error in between transmission of data from source to destination. Any error will occur, that will be rectified by using an error control mechanisms, right? And the fifth layer, session layer. From this session layer, we are performing some security operations to our data. So this layer is used to establish and maintain and synchronize the interaction between communication devices. I already said security operations means to maintain and synchronize interaction, to maintain the interaction between communicating device, means what are the two devices are communicating, it will maintain the interaction. And it has a different type of functions: dialogue control and synchronization. Dialogue control. Dialogue control means it allows the communication between two processes, which can be either half duplex or full duplex. That means while communicating data from one system to another system, the communication is in half duplex manner or full duplex manner. So that will be controlled by a session layer. Synchronization. Synchronization means it adds some checkpoints. Checkpoints is nothing but, I will show you diagram here. I will show one diagram. Okay. This is a source system. And this is a destination system, right? Okay, I am establishing a connection. Here, I am sending and data segments. I am sending and data segments from source to destination. Here, each and every, when I am transmitting, for example, let us take, when I am transmitting 100 data segments from source to destination, means communicating 100 segments from source to destination, for every 10 segments, the session layer put an checkpoint concept. Checkpoint concept. That means the 10 segments are transmitted successfully or not. While it transmitted successfully to the particular destination, and checkpoint will give acknowledgement. Okay. That is the purpose of an checkpoint. This particular responsibility maintains by a session layer. This particular responsibility is maintained by a session layer, right? So these are the functions of session layer. And presentation layer. Presentation layer is mainly concerned with the syntax and semantics of the information. Syntax and semantics means some type of syntaxes and some procedures we have to follow to whenever exchange the information between two systems. Means there are so many frauds and so many third party entries will occur in the particular network. For that sake, the functions, what are the functions of a presentation layer that provides means translation, encryption and compression. Translation, encryption and compression. Translation means to provide a better means while communicating data from sender to receiver, this is the original sender and the original receiver. I am communicating data. That is one type of translation. Okay, the original sender and original receiver. It has to identify. It has to follow some syntax and the protocols. Translation. Encryption. Encryption means the data will be converted into some encoded form. Encoded form. Encryption is nothing but an unreadable format. Unreadable format means the user does not read that particular data. Does not read that particular data. That will be done by the presentation layer. Okay, it will be converted from readable format into unreadable format. Readable format into unreadable format. Compression. Compression means there are lot of segments is delivering or communicating through the network from source to destination. To compress that particular segments, we can send some more extra segments from source to destination, right? These are the functionalities that provide by a presentation layers. Okay, here this layer is a part of operating system that converts the data from one presentation format to another format. Then converts the data from one presentation format to another format. And this is the sixth layer of OSI reference model. And seventh layer and the last layer of application layer, and it serves as a window for users and application. It will act as mediator between user and the network. User and the network. Okay, it provides the actual network service. What are the different type of network services that provided by a network that will be given to the end users by using one window, nothing but an web browser. Nothing but an web browser. So what are the different type of functionalities that application layer perform means FTAM, file transfer access and management. File transfer access and management. An application layer allow a user to access the files in a remote computer, means remote area computer, to retrieve the files and to manage the files in a remote computer. This is the best example of a remote desktop connection. Remote desktop connection. Okay, so this particular functionality that will be provided, this particular network services that will be provided to the user. Mail services, you can there is a facility of email forwarding and storage also. You can forward email any to anywhere from source system to destination system or remote area computer, right? Directory services. So directory services means it provides and distributed database sources. Distributed database sources to maintain that and also use it to provide global information. Means different type of information we are accessing from the network. So that service also will be provided by an application layer by using to that window. Okay, these are the functionalities of an application layer, and these are the entire 7 different layers of an OSI reference model. And we discussed each and every layer functionality. What is the role they played in the network to communicate data from source to destination, right? So we will discuss later classes in next videos. Kindly like, share, subscribe Easy BTech for more videos. Thank you.